Welcome to EVE Online. I'm Major Freak. This is going to be my new technique for mining now, for the foreseeable short term. I'm using strip tech ones to completely strip a belt, just on testing purposes. In the future I'll be going back to Tech 2 strip miners with veldspar crystals in high sec. And what I'll be doing is just going for the dense veldspar, period, in high sec. Now, a belt will regenerate from nothing, scratch, to 80% volume of the maximum, say dense veldspar, for 4 days. You let that for 4 days. On the 5th day, it'll go down to 30%. Now, during those, hello, I'm taking damage. So I'll take a pause here and show you how I do it. So I've got a large drone. These guys were here when I got here, so we'll have to deal with those right away. And let's turn on some music. Now, target this. And what I do is I'll launch these drones, 1 salvage, 3 mining, and a heavy drone, berserker for triglavians, the best ones to use. And then I will just create a logi. I'm now logi, and I get primary almost exclusively. So what's going to happen is usually they'll attack and my berserker will start the business of killing them all. I normally don't have my skiffs targeted because they hardly ever get targeted at all. None of my drones get targeted. It's just me. Alright, and I've got ancillary, a cheap abyssal ancillary just to get the CPU or power. No, it's CPU to shove it in. Alright, and I'll get my berserker to start attacking the renewing, and I'll engage my ancillary now. And that should... normally it should take it down. There are 4 on field though, so this might not work. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. I'm confident that it does. And anyway, so what we do is we get these guys to protect. Oops, that's my cap warning. Turn that off. Okay, so my cap's gonna drop precipitously because cap recharge is the same as shield recharge. When it gets to 25%. It's the highest, but once it drops below 25% in volume for actual capacitor units, the regeneration drops off dramatically. So we might be in a little bit of pickle. And I will turn off this one, and I'll keep that one. Well, better not. Actually, let's turn them all off. There we go. And quickly off the field with all these drones who guard the logi, who gets primaried. There you go. Done deal. Each character I have, because I've got 4 of them, I just split them up into the different factions, and they even specialize in the ships now. Trying to get them exclusively for each ship so I can branch out and use all the ships in the game. That'd be fun. And it helps me get to know the characters and explore the capabilities of different ships in combination. That'd be fun. I've got the fleet hangar compact mode because I've got the window so small for it that it's best if I do it that way. I've got my hauler on the PvE overview tab. and I've got combat for my booster. And what we do is, well, this, I won't go into it because I'm just testing right now. I go for size, and it's a large, dense veldspar, so I have to recharge. Alright, so that'll get the salvage drone going. And those are guarding, and these guys, I'll just do this real quick. Concentrated, condensed, dense veldspar, and Kernite goes like hotcakes. It's so small. Go right down to the bottom. Start from the bottom here. Alright. And I don't do much stagger in my crystals. I don't do much... Oops, I haven't... Right. Patiently, I'll just get that going for now. So I won't have too much stagger, just a few seconds in between, so I don't get double stacks of ore. Do at the same time, they tend to make double stacks. There we go. That's done. So they're happily mining, and I'll just wait for that to recharge. This normally doesn't happen because you saw how quickly I wiped those trigs off the field with all these drones. Yeah, it's an awesome sight to see. Okay, and by the way, I'll repeat myself as many videos as I can. PvP, these drones, if a PvPer comes in and tries to gank, they come in and try to gank the orca, all these drones that are defending the orca, they won't respond at all. In fact, they won't respond to assist, they won't respond to... This berserker will ignore you actually physically have to target them and order an attack manually in low and high sec. So just a warning, if you ever wonder why you don't get on the kill mails of gankers, that's exactly why. And of course PvPers all know this, or if they don't, they're not very self-reflective. Alright, so that should be good enough. Just re-engage all these. Now, technically speaking, I could use my macro to like slowly turn these on. It's really annoying. And I suck at math, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter a whit. Only if you're, say, in a retriever or a coveter. I've been in situations as a noob where the crystals, the really good crystals, suck up a lot of capacitor power, and I have to stagger my crystals, and I haven't had to stagger my modules for a very long time. So I think it's if you're just in danger of running out of cap so quickly, and yeah. Anyways, blah 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 blah. Let's see what else. I really like this DPS graph. It tells me who is being monitored, and the DPS seems to be more accurate, and I like it a lot. You'll be seeing more of it, that's for sure. Now I do have my D-scan up if I wanted to, that's specialized for my mining. I've also, to cut down lag because I've been uploading videos and stuff, I've hid all brackets to cut down the lag there. But normally you can see the, let's see, stop hiding all brackets. Normally you can see the drones so you don't forget them. All brackets, there we go. Yep. And yeah, and this testing is going great so far. I'm interested in see the long term. I think if you keep just strip mining the heck out of these belts day in, day out, it'll do eventually what Singularity does. I suspect that Singularity's respawn rate, which is atrocious, takes 20 days to recharge, is the maximum overmined the endurance of a belt is at the least, should I say, has been am I saying that? Sometimes my language is shit. Hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. Singularity takes 20 days to recharge, and I'm guessing that if I were to if I can't talk and do something at the same time, if I were to mine out these belts so much that they would there we go, that they would take 20 days to recharge. So I'll try to find the sweet spot of being able to see. I think that if you mine it out for 4 days, or as soon as you mine something, as soon as the next downtime comes, you come back and it's at 70% of what it should be, you can go in Singularity to or survey scan your favorite belt to get the maximum. Well, albeit if there's a NPC mining fleet in the system, then it'd be a little bit of a problem, but they nerfed it recently, so it shouldn't be that much. Recommend ganking any fobs nearby. But anyways, that's the deal. And yeah, if I can find a way to get it so that, okay, I mine for 4 days, or I mine until I see it go to 70 at downtime, then I leave it alone, and then hopefully we can find out when I can go back and mine for 4 days. That'd be great. That would be the ideal situation, and that's what I'm going for right now. And as you can see, the time it takes to fill up an ore hold is a lot less exhausting than if I was using coveters or hulks. And I found mackinaws, I had way too much time on my hands, really. I didn't need that much AFK time to, or background time when I'm doing other things, not mining or not paying attention to dragging my ore. So yeah, definitely going with skiffs from now on. Skiffs do the same output as mackinaws. Well, albeit I'm only using 2 mining upgrades. Hello. I think that's about it. Can't think of anything else. Yeah, just experimenting really hard. Not making a lot of ISK right now, but all I have to do is go and gank a couple of fobs, and I'm, it only takes about 4 till I've got 1 billion ISK, so it's kind of crazy. But for now, I think this is a well-spent opportunity to get this nailed down before they start altering it. It'd be nice to know how bad high-sec mining is in order to analyze what they're actually trying to accomplish with their next phase, the second phase, the redistribution. They still have possibly 2 more steps in their shortage phase. We're at the 3rd step right now, or we might see 2 more. Don't know what those are, but needless to say, it's going to be a while. So mining expeditions suck so far. I've got access to major mining expedition sites now. I have not seen one yet. As soon as I do, I'll want to run one. and get that tested. The ISK value is not looking good, and it only appears once in a while, so it's not going to be I wouldn't recommend it at all. And the anomalies, they're horrible. I wouldn't tell my grandma to go do them. Yeah, the ISK revenue from doing a high-sec ore anomaly is just terrible. So just go mine veldspar in a belt. You're better off. Now, of course, there's tons of caveats to this. I'm sure there's lots of reasons why you would want to go for things like that, and say emerging conduit ore. It does have small quantities of null sec ore, very small. But yeah, there are some reasons why you'd want to be socially isolationist, to be self-sufficient. I'll turn on my remote rep. So, there we go. I think I've exhausted every aspect of this. This is just my new technique for mining now. I fine-tuned it over a few months. I desperately wanted to make a video about this, but I wanted to test my mackinaw tank, but it's superfluous now. You just the nerf to resistances and the boost to void is just unbelievable. So yeah, macks are not. Yeah, just nope, no more macks. Don't love the mack anymore. There we go, and yeah, but these are these little suckers are great, and they are orbiting around the orca, which makes landing on them and applying DPS very difficult. They're moving at 200 meters per second, so they are not going to be easily gankable, and seriously not worth anybody's time. The orca itself could probably be taken down easily enough by 6 or 7 taluses, polarized taluses now. But it's only one, and it's replaceable. But yeah, it's where I'm at right now. I do have the capability of testing on Singularity multiple orcas, and I'll make another video of why I think orcas still suck. Except, of course, say if you're an IT person at work, being able to run multiple orcas at work, then yeah, well, you have an excuse. But otherwise, yeah, this is a much better output for you. I am doing, like, this is max skill, by the way. I believe it was 17 cubic meters per second, with all 5 going. And that is the equivalent of... do I have all my boosts yet? I've got all my boosts, and this is just a Tech 1, remember, so it's not got the output of a Tech 2 strip. And it's at 15, so we're talking half of a skiff. So you've got multiple orcas on field, and you're not IT, and you're not at work, and you're not working it. Don't just go with skiffs. I mean, you've got an amazing amount of time, and if you really want all that AFK time, use mackinaws. You know, it's no big deal. You've got a lot of time in between checking your ore hold if you're using mackinaws. 26 minutes, I believe. So yeah. Anyways, but I'm sure there's still, yeah. If you're at home, go with skiffs. Don't go with multiple orcas. Besides, I'd really like to test out ganking orcas too, because you know they're going to be AFK. But yeah, anyways. La 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 la. Um, yeah, nothing fancy.